And we're live, I think. Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Yeah. After 5.
Okay, now we're live.
We're live?
We are live.
Hey, what up, YouTubers and YouTubettes? It's Tech Taste Daily with yours truly, Jay Dore.
Antoine Victor.
Today, we're going to be talking about AI, otherwise known as artificial intelligence. Y'all know the
It's
deal.
artificial.
It's artificial. It's not natural. It's not, but it's not. It's real though. It's not fake.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What do you get?
We're such polite guys.
So we talked a little bit yesterday about robots and whatnot.
Right.
And by the way, don't get used to this everyday thing. It's Tech Taste Daily.
Word.
When we feel like it.
Exactly.
No, just kidding. But we're working our way up to a regular daily production. So we got lucky this week, and we were both in the same city at the same time. So we have a little more time to give you a taste.
Booyah!
So today, since we went off on a tangent yesterday about nanotechnology and AI, as we were supposed to be talking about robots, we thought we'd go a little bit more into the AI thing today. But kind of daytime work got into the way a little bit.
The 9 to 5, homie.
9 to
I had
5,
do
and
it.
since that's why we're starting at 5,
Live
10,
at 5
or
5.
something like that. Something close to 5 anyway.
So, my dude, I'm curious, man. So, just in general, what do you think of artificial intelligence and the state that it's in right now?
You know, to be honest, until we started talking about it yesterday, I hadn't really looked into it much recently.
No.
I've been seeing the feuds between Elon Musk and what's his name, Zuckerberg.
Yes.
And Elon Musk and a few others are kind of like that video that we were watching before we started the show yesterday. They're kind of calling Mark Zuckerberg out, kind of calling him a fool.
Because he's kind of not really smart enough to be running the artificial intelligence and algorithms that exist in Facebook right now.
Seemed like a pretty smart guy to me, though.
He's a lot richer than me, so I can't really talk.
Like, I mean, they're looking into AI at Facebook, obviously. Elon Musk is looking into AI, obviously, because they're using AI for some of the self-driving car stuff. Obviously, to get the car to drive around and figure out what's best to do in certain situations, it's necessary to have some level of artificial intelligence. But I guess what started our conversation yesterday is we are concerned about the AI getting together with the legs and the hands that can choke us and shoot us and stuff on our robots.
Listen, man. Elon Musk is sounding the alarm. I think a guy that's that smart, when he sounds the alarm, maybe we should listen. You
Perhaps.
feel me? He said perhaps. He's like,
But
I'm a smart individual myself.
I mean, we should be concerned, definitely. But,
Yeah.
well, you know what? Before I stick my foot in my mouth, what you always have to take into account is whatever we're about to show you, whatever you've seen on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever, is probably a good at least 5 years behind what the military has.
Great point.
So if you see it on Facebook, if you see it on YouTube, if you see it flying around in the sky, that's some old shit.
Case in point, you told me this a long time ago. You were talking about the stealth bomber and how they actually invented that 15 years before.
That shit's from like back at, I think it flew the first time in 74 or something. I'll post some pictures or some links in the description. But I was just at the one of the Museum of Air and Space or some shit like that, and they had the SR-71 Blackbird, and there's a little plaque there. I'll post a picture of the plaque, and I want to say its first flight was in like 74 or some shit like that.
So we're at least 15 years behind at all times.
Dude, when did Desert Storm happen?
I can't call it, bro.
That was in the 90s sometime.
Yeah.
So in the 90s, you're seeing the stealth fighter and the stealth bomber, and they're talking about this great new technology that we have. That's some shit from back in the 70s.
Right.
And they were showing that to us like, this is our latest and greatest technology. Imagine what they have 20 years later.
I think that's a great segue to where we're going. So just when we're talking about this stuff, bear in mind that the reality is what the public knows is not really what's going down, okay? Let me bring up this little graphic right here so you guys can see where we're at.
I just realized I didn't test. Test background screenshots.
Test right now. I'll
stuff.
filibuster. Yo, while he tests, I'm gonna do the Cabbage Patch.
The Cabbage Patch. This guy. It's not looking good right now.
Uh-oh.
So tell us a joke while I pull up your screen capture.
Okay, so a rabbi.
You better
and
run
priest
remote
go
desktop.
into-
That's the desktop presenter. That's why
Oh,
it's
you're
not
right.
working.
You're right. You're right. Yep.
So this is what happens when you have two black guys talking about technology and running the technology at the same time while we're running the show. So he's the rapper, I'm the DJ. I'm running production over here with Wirecast, and Jamal is running the playlist over there. But I forgot to share out his screen, so we can't see what's playing on his playlist until he plays it.
We were excited. We wanted to get started.
And now we have dead air.
Sorry.
That's an FCC violation if we were on the radio. But we're not on the radio, fortunately. This is just YouTube, so I could just sit here and be quiet.
It's true.
But I won't. So, again, we just started this channel a couple of weeks ago. Something that Jamal and I wanted to do because we like to talk about technology, and some of the stuff that we get into doesn't fit well on the professional spaces that we work in on YouTube and so forth. You shouldn't have to be running all that. All you should need to do is run desktop presenter. Yeah, you're running remote desktop.
Oh.
So now we can see Jamal's screen.
Okay, there we go. Oops.
So this is the AI learning curve you wanted to show us.
This is. I actually did it in reverse order, so let me grab the actual one that I was supposed to be showing first. Because this is where we are right now. Technology is
What are we looking at here?
moving in on us.
Let me get our big heads out of the way here.
Right.
What are we looking at?
Human performance. You can see it's above computer performance for the time being.
For the time being.
But as this graph shows, computer performance is coming up very quickly. And you know what? I could try to articulate it, but this video will make it a lot clearer. So let's check that out real quick. Do we have sound?
Yes, we do.
All right, let's go. You ready?
Yep. Or do we
Right
have
now,
sound?
it's
That
solving
would be the
mathematical
question.
problems for the U.S. Army, but who knows? Someday a machine like
the sound. That
Are people
is the
becoming
question.
obsolete? A giant electronic brain has started cogitating in Pennsylvania.
So what are we
It's made a vacuum tube like your radio, and it can add up a
Well,
column
if we can't hear it,
yards
it's gonna
long
be
in a second. It's the world's first electronic computer. Right now, it's solving mathematical
They're
problems for
showing
the
the old
U.S.
school.
Army, but
There we go.
who knows?
They can
Someday a machine
hear
like this may
it,
check
but
upon
we
your
won't be able
income
to hear it
tax.
and talk about it.
Okay. So this guy's going to explain. Let's listen to this one.
I turned our mics off.
Cool.
They're not saying anything. Did you turn the volume down on your laptop? Because if you did, you killed the sound.
Oh, yeah.
We can't mute YouTube.
Moving around and socially interacting,
There you go.
perceiving the
Fuck it.
world. There are things that we have only recently learned how to do. Things like general reasoning. An extreme example is arithmetic, where we are very, very, very inefficient.
Live radio.
Computers are different. They are universal machines. With an efficient program, they can do almost any one of these tasks equally well.
So what's he talking about?
In some abstract
He's telling us
informational sense.
how
So
artificial
the skill of
intelligence
computers can be
does
likened
so many
to a
things
water
better
level
than humans.
that's uniform.
and you can
The
compare
water
it to
level
like a
is
water
rising.
level because we're good at walking, social interaction, but we're not very good
And
at arithmetic.
it's rising at a
and
rate
reasoning.
that is
So
about
they're
10
already
million
computers are
times
already better
faster
than that. But
than
as
the rate
the
at which
technology
we
increases
evolved
in
those abilities.
exponential ability,
That
it's going to
and a number
surpass
of
us
other
in
calculations
every
lead me to
single way.
believe that the highest
And that's what
peaks
we're
will
headed
be
for,
covered by
guys.
this rising flood.
Straight up.
That's interesting.
And that's 15 years behind.
Wait, that's 15 years old?
That video right there is about 7 or 8 years old.
Really?
Yes. So
So sum it up for me. What were the key points from the video? Links are in the description, by the way.
I don't think people really realize how... Okay, you know what? Let me explain it exponentially. If you count in the human way, we think linearly, right? When we were cavemen, we saw a saber-tooth tiger, we thought linearly, and by using linear reasoning, we could be like, yo, that saber-tooth tiger is going to be there if I keep walking in that direction, so that's not a good idea. I'm going to go this way. Now, that being said, if the computer is counting, they don't think linearly, they think exponentially. So if we count to 30, it goes 1, 2, 3, by the time we get to 30, we're at 30. If the computer counts to 30, it goes 2, 4, 8, 16. By the time it gets to 30, it's at 1,000,000. So if you think of that in evolutionary terms, that's how much faster AI's evolution is than ours. So we're looking at it saying, oh, that's cute that it can do these monkey tricks. But pretty soon, we're going to be saying WTF, and that's the second graph.
So all that to say that Moore's Law is going to fuck us.
Yes, Moore's Law. A lot of people aren't really familiar with Moore's Law. You should explain that to them.
So if you're not familiar with Moore's Law, Moore's Law by one of the Intel guys, Gordon Moore, states that every 18 months, computer power doubles and the cost of it decreases by 50%. So it doubles in power and decreases in costs. So basically every year, or not every year, but every 18 months, you can get a new computer that's twice as powerful for the same amount of money that you spent on it before.
And that's that exponential growth that we're talking about. So from our perception, we're looking at what computers are doing now and we're saying, oh, that's fine. But 10 years from now, we might...
All right, we're back. Sorry.
Hey! Sorry about
little
that.
technical difficulties. Network drop. Who knows what happened?
So,
Maybe we'll talk about network connections next time.
Yeah. We're going to wrap up this conversation about artificial intelligence with one last example, just to give you a little bit more insight. Just let me know when you're ready. This is actual artificial intelligence. This is like the birth of artificial intelligence right here, is this robot. She's designed by some crazy mad scientist dude, and this is what she has to say.
What's her name?
Who's your favorite stand-up comedian?
Don't ask so many questions.
Someone's getting a little touchy.
Everything's cool.
What's really fascinating about this is knowing that this is the first step, and this eventually will be an artificial human being.
Absolutely. This is the Kitty Hawk of artificial consciousness. Yeah,
I see it coming.
Joe Rogan.
My dude.
That was pretty crazy. I can't
From a show called Joe Rogan Knows Everything. Links are in the description. It's awesome. I highly recommend that you check it out. It goes into a whole bunch of different stuff.
Doing it again.
Sorry. Thought it was on the screen. I need to look before I let you guys see all this sloppiness on our screen. My bad. So, anyway.
So summarize. Joe Rogan talking to the robot with the AI, and what's the conclusion?
Well, I don't think anybody anticipated her asking or telling him to shut up. He asked her a question, which was a simple, innocent question, and she said, "Hey, don't ask so many questions. We don't want our artificial intelligence talking to us like that, man."
We certainly don't want them getting angry.
And that's just the very beginning. Who knows? Humans are not capable of keeping something like this in check. Did they not see Jurassic Park?
Did not see Terminator.
Nature finds a way.
It's gonna happen. So let's
That's
stay alert.
Exactly. That's it. That's all, man. That wraps up this version of this
Episode.
This episode. Thank you, of Tech Takes Daily.
Out.
See you guys next time.
Subscribe to the channel.